have such a diverse student enrollment. All of you have noticed that over the past 10, 15 years, the student population has just exploded. So many different communities that we are working with. So having been in the classroom, I definitely understand that teachers need additional resources, additional assistance to be able to work with the different students that we have in our community. I'm also focused on making sure that, keeping in mind with the budget cuts that are taking place, that we're spending our money in a fair way, that we are truly making sure that our funds are being expended in the best way possible, that they're kept in line with student achievement, student success, and making sure that we keep cuts out of the classroom as much as possible. I'm also interested in looking at early childhood. Definitely we need to make sure that we are getting to our students at the earliest stage possible. It's so important that we help them achieve and be successful in the first 3-4 years of their academic career. It is crucial. If we have students that are not achieving literacy by 3rd grade, we already have a challenge to make sure that they're going to be successful in the following 8-9 years of their academic career. And I think that's 45 seconds. Thank you.
Close enough.
Hi, my name is Les Jones, and I've lived in Las Vegas for about 18 years. I work for Clark County Public Works. I'm a construction management inspector, so I have a background in quality assurance and how money is spent by the county on various construction projects, so I have that perspective on there. As far as education, I've had a pretty steep learning curve this last 3 years, because recently I've gotten married. My wife came from Colombia, and she had an 8-year-old son, did not speak English at all, not one word. And he's attended school here, and he went from, as you could expect, not a very satisfactory progress to now his most recent report card was A. And I understand what it takes for students that have that handicap, you might say, if you want to call it that, to succeed. I know what it takes as a parent, and I see what the school has done to foster that, and I just want to continue that effort that the school has implemented, and then from my insight perspective, I think I can contribute to that. As far as the budget with the school district, I understand some of the concerns that the teachers may have. I mean, as you know, at the county, I mean, there's a possibility that I may be laid off due to budgetary confinements from the county. They've got 500 people they're going to lay off. So I understand what the teachers are thinking and feeling in this aspect. And as a member of the school trustees, how to look at budgets and to see what we can do to save the classroom teachers and to keep the production of the efforts that they're doing. And I think that kind of went over 45 seconds there.
Close enough.
Thank you.
This is a general concept that we cared about. Okay, so this is Clark County School District. I was going to ask panel member which one wanted to start first. That hand went up first. So here we go.
I think we've all got questions. This panel is going to be a good panel for you guys. Okay, so here we are on behalf of all the listeners across the valley. Here we've got our beloved public school system, the future of our community, the kids in school. And there's a lot of things that are going right, but it just seems that there's an energy and a perspective from the populace. There's way too many things going wrong. And again, I'm a big fan of the glass half empty, glass half full, which I think, frankly, as a community, we all need to have that perspective, and let's figure out how we can fix it. But in the spirit of things that are broken, why is it happening the way it is? What are the problems? As a matter of fact, one problem. What's the biggest problem that each of you sees in the community within, that you can actually influence within the school district, and how are you going to fix it?
For the record, Javier Trujillo. What I think the main problem, especially when we speak about District D, is the fact that we have many students, number one, that are English language learners. Number one, we have to keep in mind the community that they come from. We're talking about free and reduced lunch, students impoverished, many challenges. That being said, many of these schools, we have teachers that have great challenges with the students in the classroom, and when you talk about communication, when you talk about students being able to understand and comprehend what is being taught, when you talk about students not being able to take proficiency tests because they really don't understand how to read, and understand the instructions. And that is really one of the main reasons why I'm focused on the professional development aspect. I believe that we need to provide the additional resources, the additional professional development at each of these schools. I think we need to provide the different schools in these communities the flexibility to be able to create professional development programs that can target those needed areas. Every school is different. So that is one of the big focuses and one of the bigger problems that we have. And of course, when we start talking about the school district, ranking, and 48, 49, and 50, a lot of that has to do because we have a student population that cannot speak English. It's a literacy issue. And until our children are able to read and understand and be able to pass proficiencies, we're going to have a lot of these same issues. District D, we have many schools in the northern part of the district that many of the schools are surpassing, 70, 80% of students that are not meeting proficiencies, reading, math, and science. I think immediately we need to do as much as we can with these schools and with these students to motivate them to remain in school, to do as best as they can. But at the same time, concurrently, I think we need to focus immediately with the early childhood education. We really need to start looking at these students and bringing them in fourth grade, a 4-year-old pre-K. You have some students, schools talking about 3-year-old pre-K. And I think it's important. I think, there are several schools in the district that are doing that, and in District D, and they're having great success.